Hey everyone, my name is Lindsay Vines and I'm a third grade teacher at Peach Creek Elementary. Today I'm going to show you how to roster students into your Edgenuity Pathblazer. And this is our Tech Tip Tuesday. Hey guys, I am going to show you how to add students to your Edgenuity Pathblazer. So you'll want to start by going to your class link as always, and you're going to click on this red lantern Edgenuity Pathblazer. We're going to want to click over to My Students. When you click over to My Students, you'll see this button that says New. You're going to click down to Class. You can also group them. I have just put mine in Class to make that just a little bit more organized for me. So I'm going to add a class, and I'm going to call this one a Tech Tip. After you do that, you'll want to select your grade, and I'm just going to do what I teach. And so I'm going to add third grade, and then I'm going to add language arts for reading. So then we will look at the teachers, make sure that this is your name over here. You can also add any other teacher that you need to be able to see your Edgenuity account. And they'll be able to see your students' data in this class. So then I'm going to click Save. Once I click Save, my class will be over here. So now I need to add some students. So I'm going to go back over to my dashboard and I'm going to type in the student's last name. I'm going to use Elizabeth Brown as my example. Double check and look at her grade level. Make sure that you're choosing the right student. So once I click her on select, I can choose my actions and I'm going to add her to a class. So I'm going to add her to my Tech Tip class. Once I've added her to my class, I'm going to choose Tech Tip, and there she is. So now I need to add an assignment for her. To be able to add an assignment for her, I want to click her. And if you have multiple students, you'll be able to select multiple of your students. You're going to want to go to the courses and assignments. Once you're in a courses and assignments, you'll be able to look at class progress, courses, assignment status. But where you're going to want to look at is the assignment builder. This is where you're going to build those assignments and assign them to your students. So I'm going to click on assignment builder. There's different curriculum that you can use. And what I love about Edgenuity is that when you click on it, it's going to pop up an example of what that student is going to see. So this is exactly what our students see when they are working through. So say at first it has them watch a video. Then they're going to go to the next activity.
This. Edna is trying on a new hat. She thinks it is, imagine this. Edna is trying on a new hat.
So they can also choose for it to be read to them. It will automatically read to them. This is also a setting that we can fix. And I can choose different grade levels depending on what my students need. But what I like to do is I like to go over to NWEA and I like to have their MAP scores pulled up because then I'm able to assign on their specific needs. Since MAP tells me what my students are ready for next or some areas of focus, I can look at exactly what they need. Do they need to edit for grammar, edit for mechanics? Do we need to work on some writing, language survey, or then I can look at my growth reading. This is going to give me all those different options of what exactly do they need to work on. Key details, craft and structure. Do we need to work on, some language? Are there some acquisition skills, vocabulary, literary? So many different options, and it's so specific to what your students need based off of their lifestyle score. So let's say that we're in the 180s, and I want to choose an activity that works for her. Now remember that you can look at exactly what your student is going to see. And so before you assign something, make sure that you're familiar with it so that when your students have questions, you're able to answer them. So click Go.
Horrible headlines.
And it'll walk you all through exactly what the student sees. So I'm ready to assign this to her. So I'm going to hit the Select button, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to click over here, Add Selected Tasks. Once I click on that Add Selected Task, it will bring me up to this assignment page. I will then want to select the assignment, and then I'm going to come down here to complete an assignment if I'm ready to be done. If not, I can go back to add curriculum and add more things for the student to do. So I'm going to complete this assignment, and you're going to want to fill in these different boxes, all those things. It will make you fill in this solution box right here. So you will need to designate if it is reading or math. So this is reading. So one thing that I'm like to pay attention to is the assignment order. Do I want these items to be in sequential order? Do I want the student to self-select or auto-launch? I always put mine in sequential order so that students have to work through this to this to this. It keeps it uniformed and organized for them. So then I leave everything as it is set because I don't want it to assign to all my folders. I want it to assign to this specific student or this specific class. I do want to suppress duplicate activities because I don't want the students doing the same thing multiple times. I wanted them to do things that are going to be beneficial and grow them. So I want to show resources, draft notes, show toolkit. I just leave all those things off just so that it is more user-friendly for our students. So then you're going to want to assign to students now. I suggest doing this now just because you're already on there, you're doing it, and you're able to assign it to them. So then you're going to click the button yes. And I love this part because it's going to bring up all of your classes. So you can choose to add it to any of the classes. So if you have 6 periods, you don't have to go back and do each class. You can choose, I need to add it to this student in my AM class, but this student in my PM class, or so forth. So I'm going to add it to my Tech Tip class, and I'm going to add this assignment to Elizabeth. When I add this assignment to Elizabeth, it's going to tell me finish. Once I have finished, it'll show me that this was assigned to her. Then I'll hit close. When I'm ready and I know that she has started working on her assignment, I will be able to come back in here and see her progress. And so what I love about this is that right now it shows me that she has no progress because she hasn't worked on it yet. But once she works on it, I'll be able to see where she's at. And that way I'll be able to adjust where is needed in Edgenuity or reteach or extend more through small groups. So I hope this helped you add students to Edgenuity. Add students to Edgenuity, and I hope you are able to use this in your classroom. And if there's anything that I can help you with, please let me know. I'm just a email, text, anything away. Come and find me, and we can make sure that you are all set up and ready to go. I hope you'll have a great rest of your day. I hope you are now able to roster your students in Edgenuity and start using this in your classroom. As always, meet us back here next week for our Tech Tip Tuesday.